And we're underway. And Russell will run it out from the goal line. And bring it out just past the 10-yard line.
That's Gary Russell on the kickoff return.
Where the Raiders will go to work. And Bruce Gronkowski, who engineered the upset over the Steelers with career highs in touchdowns. And of course, he threw 3 touchdown passes in the fourth quarter against the Steelers. And here are the Raiders offense, last in the league in passing, and maybe Gronkowski will change all that. And there is that offensive line. And they have a change at wide receiver.
Darius Hayward-Bay out again with injury. Johnny Lee Higgins gets his second start.
And the handoff is to Justin Fargas. No gain on the play. Let's take a look at the Redskins defense. Basically, pretty solid team this year. And they have 2 Pro Bowl starters who are out. Kedrick Golston is in there for Albert Hainsworth at tackle.
And veteran Fred Smoot will start at the corner for D'Angelo Hall. And the Redskins are still looking for ways to cut down the big play in the secondary.
2nd down and 10. As you see Smoot, who's an experienced defensive back. Darren McFadden now goes split wide to the right. Gronkowski giving ground, and the screen pass to Russell. And Gary Russell going down the sideline has a first down and gets beyond the 30-yard line. Carlos Rogers makes the play, but the Raiders get 22 yards on 2nd down and 10.
New look to an old formation, Dick. Gary Russell, who's been playing fullback for them, stays on the field, and they move Darren McFadden into a wide receiver spot to take the attention there. Then Gary Russell comes out of the backfield on the screen and picks up big yardage.
And Tom Cable told us that he was going to use all of his running backs in the game, and someone left a glove, but it is not a red flag, so we continue to play. McFadden is the setback and a first down. And here is McFadden driving up the middle and gets to the 35. McFadden, he is the horse on this team, and different traits for the 3 backs that we're going to see. 2 yards on the play.
Take a look now. Watch it. This is LaRon Landry right there. Their free safety, who looks to me like he's going to play a little bit more on the line of scrimmage, where he's a little more comfortable. He was a strong safety his whole college career, and early in his pro days, get him up on the line of scrimmage, let him make the plays he's used to making.
And he was burned for 2 scores last week by the Saints. So they're keeping up close to the line. And here's McFadden on the handoff, and the Redskins are right there. So they made the change, in effect, switching the safety positions. Fargas is in there now. Gronkowski ducks away, but unable to get away from Reed Dowdy, who is playing free safety today, and both of those safeties forcing the play, and a loss of 5. First sack of the game for Washington.
But look, though, there's LaRon Landry, and there's Reed Dowdy. You got both safeties up now. You're strong and you're free. And who comes free? Reed Dowdy. Normally the strong safety, going to play a lot more free safety today. He comes open and takes down Gronkowski.
Brian Arapko, the rookie, also a big factor on 4th down. Shane Leckler, best punter in the league, and it drops inside the 5, but rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Jason Campbell, what a game he had, even though the Redskins lost. 367 yards, the most by a Redskin quarterback in 10 years, and 3 touchdowns. So he's had a rough year and had a great game, maybe a career game for him. First down at the 20 after the 68-yard punt by Leckler. And here is the 4th running back the Redskins have used this year, Quinton Ganther, who was signed in week 7, and he gets 5 yards on first down. Take a look at the Redskins offense. They scored 30 points against the Saints, the first time this year they got that many. And Ganther is their man, with Clinton Portis finally on IR.
And Todd Yoder has moved from the tight end position to the fullback position. He'll play a lot of that today, and a lot of young receivers getting opportunities after injuries earlier this year.
And especially with a 3-9 record, you could give those youngsters some chances. 2nd and 5. Here's Campbell getting hit from behind, and down he goes. And Trevor Scott came in untouched and a loss of 6 yards on the play. Each team has sacked the other quarterback.
So Trevor Scott, 91, reads his keys perfectly, and he's unblocked. So he continues all the way to the quarterback, Jason Campbell. Everyone's going to talk about a quarterback getting rid of the football. There wasn't that much time. It wasn't as back of him holding it too long, just that Trevor Scott, unblocked, got to him quickly.
So the Redskins had done a good job the last 3 games in keeping the enemy defense off of their QB. It's 3rd down and 11. Campbell fires out of bounds. Could not find a receiver downfield, and finally Kirk Morrison, the middle linebacker, put the pressure on. And is an injured player.
Great coverage downfield. Chris Johnson locked up on Malcolm Kelly. Then you look at the top of the screen, Nnamdi Asomugha in the short coverage, but no one at all except for Santana Moss, but that was way too late in the pattern for Jason Campbell to try and find him.
Campbell was shaken up, but is all right apparently as he runs off on his own power. So it is 4th down. And Hunter Smith will be kicking from inside his 10 and back deep. Johnny Lee Higgins for Oakland. And a flag is down upfield at the 45, and a delay of the game penalty will be marked off against the Redskins.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
So you see Walt Anderson, the referee today in his 14th year. So they mark off the penalty down to the 10. So kicking from about the goal line will be Hunter Smith. There's Higgins. And pressure on the kicker. And Higgins from the 29 has some running room. And making a terrific play back in Oakland. And there's Jason Campbell, and you can see feeling better, but not 100% after that sack. 1st down on the 40. In motion, Tony Stewart to the left. Radkowski going right. Completes it to Johnny Lee Higgins, who gets about 9 yards. Bruce Gradkowski, who lost his starting job at Tampa Bay, was a 6th-round draft pick to Jeff Garcia. And there's JaMarcus Russell, who had been the quarterback, 1st overall pick. And Russell had struggled, but now Gradkowski has led the Raiders to 2 wins in the last 3 games. Pitches to Fargas. Loses the ball, and the Redskins picked it up. And if both feet were in bounds, it would be a turnover, and it is. Justin Fargas. And it was Fred Smoot who caught the ball, and if both of his feet are in bounds, it'll be Redskins ball.
Looks like they've already changed it, though, and sent it back to the Raiders. LaRon Landry with the hit. Smoot grabs it.
Forward, we'll bring the ball back to the 50. It'll be a 1st down.
Good call.
Nice play by LaRon Landry, though. This is what the Redskins were wanting. Getting him back to his comfortable position near the line of scrimmage as a strong safety. Fred Smoot grabbing the ball out of the air, but he does not have both feet in bounds. The correct call made by the officials. Ball goes back to Oakland, 1st down.
And a 2-yard gain for the 1st down. Ball at midfield, and now Darren McFadden comes in. We'll see Michael Bush as well. Play fake. Radkowski being chased and completes the pass to Zach Miller. And a flag goes down at the 35-yard line as Miller grabs the ball and gets 21 yards before Reed Towdy brings him down in Redskin territory. This may come back.
Pass interference, 81, offense, 10-yard penalty, still 1st down.
So that's on Chaz Schillens, and you see the reaction of Tom Cable, which will nullify a 21-yard pickup.
been a lack of big plays in the pass game all year long for the Oakland Raiders. This one will get nullified. Watch coming downfield. See how they cross? Right in here is where you're going to have the problem, because they call the interference on Schillens on the rub against LaRon Landry. Normally, that call happens when you actually see big-time contact. But right there, just enough, the shoulder to LaRon Landry, right there as they cross, bang. That's what was called against them, brings it back.
And it will bring it back to the 40 where the Raiders started this drive. It'll be first down and 20, and a timeout called by Oakland. No score here in Oakland. Raiders calling a timeout, and that is Chris Morris making his 5th start at left guard. Robert Gallery put on injured reserve with a lower back injury this week. First down and 20. Flag goes down, and McFadden the call. And the Redskins miss a tackle near the line, and McFadden gets near midfield where Dowdy makes the stop. 9-yard pickup, but there was a flag.
Offside, number 94, defense. That's a 5-yard penalty, and it's still first down.
Anthony Montgomery, one of the tackles for the Redskins, jumped. And they will take the penalty. Ball will be placed at the 45, bringing up first down and 15. New York Jets beating Tampa Bay to go 7-6, keeping playoff hopes alive. New Orleans remains undefeated, as did the Indianapolis Colts today. Here's McFadden. McFadden gets into Redskin territory to the 49-yard line.
You just talked about Darren McFadden at the top of the show, Dick. You outlined the three, how these guys will be used. There are 3 different guys have been used in the passing game, all the different strengths that you're going to see from all the different running backs. Justin Fargas brings the energy, Darren McFadden the versatility, Michael Bush, he's the big power back. And now they've also got Gary Russell into the mix, catching a screen pass early. So we'll see a lot of running backs for the Raiders in a variety of ways.
Second down and 10. Now Fargas has come in, and a play fake. Radkowski will go down, sacked back at the 40-yard line. Second time the Redskins, and it was the rookie Brian Orapko, who was the 13th overall pick from Texas, and he's having a terrific rookie season.
And what people want to do against the Washington Redskins are double move routes, because they've seen them get beat on these in recent weeks. Look at both corners. Fred Smoot, 27, Carlos Rogers, both of them took on double move routes, and both of them covered them very well. You always hear about a copycat league. Until you cover what you got given up before, people will keep trying it. On that play, the Redskins covered it well.
9-yard loss. Orapko now with 8 sacks, and here comes the pressure again. And Gradkowski throws the pass at the line toward a receiver, so it'll go incomplete, as Orapko once again putting good pressure on the Raiders quarterback. So leading the NFL rookies is Brian Orapko with 8 sacks. And Charles has talked about a lot of the rookie offensive players for the Redskins. There's one on the other side of the ball. So Antoine Randall L goes back deep as Leckler will punt again. Fair catch.
Now comes the question. What do you do with Peyton Manning? What do you do with other starters? Do they start to rest? Do they not? We'll see that unfold in the upcoming weeks.
You know, Drew Brees wants to be undefeated, and there's the pitch to Ganther, and Ganther is tripped up by Kirk Morrison. And Kirk Morrison would know Quinton Ganther because they played Pop Warner football. They're both from the area. Ganther coming from Richmond, California, not far from Oakland. And Morrison in his 5th year, and they know each other from the Mountain West Conference as well, so they're good friends.
Yeah, Ganther played at Utah. Morrison played at San Diego State, so they've been knocking heads for many a year.
3-yard gain, second down and 7. Under 6 minutes to go in the first. And there's the slant, and it's broken up, intended for Devin Thomas. And there was Thomas Howard, who got shaken up. I want to know how Thomas is when Howard, the linebacker, hit him. One of 2 Raiders who collided on the play.
Great coverage by Chris Johnson right at the upfield shoulder, drives on the ball, and then Devin Thomas's torso. Look where he catches Thomas Howard right in the midsection. Probably knocked the air out of him. If not, hopefully that's all it is.
3rd down and 7. 3 wide outs make it 4 for the Redskins. Campbell on the run, and the pass is ruled, let's see, incomplete at the 36-yard line. It was intended for Santana Moss, so neither team has run a play in the other team's territory. The defenses have dominated here.
But they're discussing it.
It was incomplete.
Yeah, that became a big discussion point, though. And finally, one of the back judges came up and said, no, incomplete.
And, you know, it's interesting. The Redskins sent their punting team on immediately, so they knew it wasn't caught.
Kind of gave themselves up, didn't they?
You got to sell it better than that.
You got to sell it.
So Hunter Smith will be kicking to Johnny Lee Higgins. Smith's first punt, 56 yards. This is not nearly as long. Fair catch by Higgins, just shy of the 30-yard line. So we've gone back and forth. Chess game with the defenses holding court. Well, it's not been an offensive show yet, to say the least. 28 yards for Oakland. Only 2 for the Redskins.
It's good to see Thomas Howard up, joking around after the hit he took that took him off the field for a short time.
Ball at the 29, first down. Short drop for Gronkowski, and in stride, Darren McFadden with a stiff arm against LaRon Landry, and finally goes out of bounds near the 15. 48 yards, and the Raiders are in business.
Something new that the Raiders have incorporated. They want to get Darren McFadden involved in the pass game. He's working against LaRon Landry. They love that matchup. And look at the straight arm by McFadden.
How about a face mask?
Yeah, he's fortunate that no flag went down on that play. But what a great shot by the Raiders, getting McFadden open in space against a guy that's had trouble covering people lately, and it turns into a big play.
That's the longest play from scrimmage of the season for the Raiders. First down at the 29, and Justin Fargas will be stopped maybe a yard. We had sunshine when the game started, and now the showers have begun, although the sun still is out.
Well, after that play, Darren McFadden doesn't feel any rain, does he?
Second down and 7. So they gave him 3 yards on the play. 2 tight ends for the Raiders. In motion, Zach Miller. Gronkowski gets hit as he throws, and the pass is incomplete.
Sometimes the numbers can fool you, but when you're 2-1 as a starter, that's the key. Those are the key numbers. That's all the Oakland Raiders are focusing on.
Give me the wins and losses. You're absolutely right. 3rd and 7. Out of the shotgun, Gronkowski's pass, trying to get it to Johnny Lee Higgins, and it'll be 4th down, and the rain is a bit harder now. And the field goal team comes out for Oakland, Sebastian Janikowski.
Watch Johnny Lee Higgins at the top, number 15, run his route. I'm wondering if he got a little bit of a stumble, because you see the ball is thrown on a timing route, and Higgins hadn't gotten his head around or accelerated through the route. So I'm wondering if he had a little bit of trouble with the footing, trying to make sure he could stay on his feet, making his route.
This will be a 38-yard attempt for Janikowski, who has hit on 17 of 19 attempts so far. And puts that strong leg into action, and Kevin Barnes may have gone off sides here. The flag is down at the 21.
Offsides, number 25, defense, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, it's still 4th down.
But now it's 4th and 2.
At 4 and 8, it crosses your mind to go ahead and go for it. But I think with Sebastian Janikowski, you go ahead and take the 3 points now, if at all possible.
4th down and 2. So Jim Zorn with the hood up with the rain coming down. This will now be a 34-yard attempt by Janikowski.
You're Washington, you have to play for the fake, though, at 4th and 2 after the penalty.
Kick is good. And the Raiders jump on first. Tom Cable's Raiders leading the Redskins 3-0. There, 2 of the running backs for the Raiders. And Devin Thomas a yard in the end zone. Runs it out. Thomas spins his way to about the 23. First down at the 23 for the Redskins. Campbell with a deep drop. Gets away from one defender. And does a pretty good job of getting about 8 yards. Trevor Scott putting the initial pressure on Campbell. So it'll be 2nd down and about 2.
Against the Raiders coverage, press man, what you want to do is run a lot of crossing routes. In this case, Santana Moss runs off Nnamdi Asomugha. But look here, see how the guys are trying to run crossing routes, breaking routes to the outside? Covered very well by the Raiders. And when you couple that with the pressure from Trevor Scott, that's when you've got good defense.
2nd down and 2. And the pitch to Ganther. And he will be stopped shy of the first down. So it'll be 3rd down and about 1.5 yards.
Really well played by the defensive front of the Raiders, and then they filled in with secondary players. Saw Tyvon Branch getting involved too. No creases, no place for Ganther to cut it back and find a place to burrow through and get a first down.
And the Raiders coming in 30th against the run, doing a good job on that running play. So 3rd, and we'll call it 1 for the Redskins. They send all of their receivers out to the right.
Remember, no fullback. Mike Sellers hurt.
And they're going to go left to Ganther, the running back, and he'll get the first down. And Winton Ganther still racing inside the 30-yard line and finally brought down. Winton Ganther showing his running abilities, and it was Chris Johnson who finally brought him down after 42 yards.
No fullback, so you don't run it on 3rd and short. You get creative in your play calling. Sherm Lewis swings it out to Quinton Ganther, and he breaks through, makes a couple of people miss, and turns it into a big, big play. This is what drives the Oakland Raiders coach Tom Cable crazy. Play well, give up a big play.
And a breather for Ganther. Rock Cartwright is in running back. Play action, and a flag goes down. Devin Thomas covered by Chris Johnson, and a penalty marker down at about the 15. Jason Campbell going for the score.
Illegal contact, number 37, defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Chris Johnson with the illegal contact call, and the Redskins threatening with a first down here.
Remember, you get 5 yards to contact the receiver. Okay, now we're past the 5 yards, and there he is, getting his hands on him. And then right there, gets a second bump on him. I thought the first one, a little light. The second one, I can understand the flag coming out.
And of course, the Raiders have been known for their press coverage, their man-to-man bump and run, as they used to call it early. It'll be a first down at the 21. And the end around to Santana Moss, and a terrific play by Asomugha. All right, Kurt, thank you very much. Good timing with the 2 Kurt Johnsons, and when you say bad, he's good. 2nd down and 8. Play fake. Campbell looking, gets hit as he overthrows Devin Thomas. And there you see Richard Seymour, the former New England Patriot, charging in on Jason Campbell, who's taken a little bit of a beating so far, Charles.
Really good pressure early in the game from the front of the Oakland Raiders. Trevor Scott got to Campbell for a sack earlier. Now we're seeing Greg Ellis back from a knee injury playing today. Richard Seymour putting the pressure on. Difficult task for Jason Campbell to find someone downfield.
Well decorated defensive lineman Richard Seymour bringing up 3rd down and 8. Campbell gets hit. He's going to get the first down inside the 10. So two of the best offensive plays for the Raiders, or for the Redskins, have been Campbell running a 13-yard gain with Tyvon Branch finally making the play, 1st and goal.
This is where man coverage can hurt you, because if the quarterback escapes the initial pressure, all the other receivers are running off defensive backs who often have their backs to the quarterback and don't see him running downfield. And you see what ends up happening. Watch. They're not seeing anything coming at them. Everything's back there. The only one sees it is Michael Huff, number 24, and it's too late for him to react.
Ganther is lined up as a receiver out of the empty backfield. The running back in the game, and the pass thrown for a touchdown to the tight end, Fred Davis. A 6-yard touchdown pass from Campbell to Fred Davis. And a flag is down at the 1-yard line. Redskins have their extra point team in right now.
All the pressure that the Raiders were putting on early, not on this play.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 86 on the offense. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Well, the old adage, act like you've been there before, and Fred Davis over exuberant, and the unsportsmanlike penalty will be marked on the kickoff. So it is now 6-3 in favor of the Redskins, and Graham Gano on for the extra point. And the Redskins come back and score. That's the 4th touchdown for Fred Davis, one of the young prospects. And Gary Russell moved up. Good kick by Gano. Russell from the 9. Russell with a terrific return to midfield. Five seconds remain in this first quarter. And a 41-yard kickoff return by Gary Russell.
And what a nice kick, as you pointed out, by Graham Gano, and then he gets involved in the tackle. And with the ball at the 50-yard line, I'll guarantee you someone on the Washington Redskins bench has said to Fred Davis, you see what you cost us in field position with the extra dance in the end zone? They're starting at the 50-yard line.
Longest return by Russell. So Raiders at midfield. Remember the last time they had the ball, they started at the 40. Had to settle for a field goal. Darren McFadden, the running back, is out to the left, and here's a pass to McFadden, who makes the catch. As time runs out, Darren McFadden makes the play at the 20-yard line, and he had to get turned around, and that gives the crowd something to cheer about.
Anytime the Raiders can find LaRon Landry in man coverage with Darren McFadden, they're going to go to that pass. They found a formation they like. They get Landry away from the line of scrimmage, get him into coverage, and he struggled in that in recent weeks. They find him, they're going after him.
McFadden has caught passes for 48 and now 26 yards. And a first down at the 24, and McFadden coming out wide right.
They have a corner on him this time.
They have Carlos Rogers. They go on the ground to Gary Russell, and unable to turn the corner. Carlos Rogers forcing the play. And there'll be a loss of 1 as we start the second quarter. Dick Stockton along with Charles Davis here in Oakland, where we've had sunshine and rain. And right now we have a light drizzle as the Redskins face the Raiders. First time that the Redskins have played here in 11 years.
Sure, they would have liked a sunnier day, but they like how they're playing so far. That part doesn't really matter to them that much right now, being up on the scoreboard.
Second down and 11. McFadden in motion to the left. And they dump it off to Zach Miller. And a good play made there by Anthony Montgomery in a 2-yard gain.
And what's happening now, Dick, is that with Darren McFadden having been featured in the offense and having made big plays so far, he has the Redskins' attention. So as you noted, he goes in motion now, right? So now here comes the attention. There he is, there he is, there he is. You go elsewhere. Now you can go to your counters. Now you can go to your other plays to try and get the ball to other people with the focus going to Darren McFadden.
He needs a breather just from going out in motion. Third down and 10. Justin Fargas replaces it. Tight formation for Oakland. Here comes a safety blitz. Picked up. And the pass caught at the 9-yard line by Chaz Schillen. And it'll be first and goal for the Raiders on the 15-yard pickup.
How about the big guys up front for Bruce Gradkowski? Watch what they do in terms of protection. Everyone picks someone up, including Justin Fargas. Now watch Chaz Schillen sits down, presents himself as a target to Gradkowski, and is able to move back inside and secure the catch.
Caught his first touchdown pass of the season last week against Pittsburgh. First and goal at the 9. Fargas up the middle, gets inside the 5. And it was Dowdy and Carter combining to make the plays. Second and goal at the 4.
Back-to-back nice plays by the Oakland Raiders offensive line. Previous play, they protect Bruce Gradkowski. Here, a lineman's dream. You get to fire out and smack someone, and they open up a running lane for Justin Fargas.
The fewest drives, goal to goal, but pretty effective. 6 out of 7 for the Raiders. It'll be second and goal at the 4. And bobbling it is Gradkowski, and won't try anything fancy. And a loss back to the 11-yard line. So a 7-yard loss, bringing up third and goal.
Just a straight power play with the fullback, and Bruce Gradkowski just bobbles the ball as he tries to get it back to Justin Fargas. Fortunate to fall on it behind the line of scrimmage. He actually ends up hitting his fullback. Luke Lawton hits his left arm as Lawton goes to block.
Kareem Moore and Justin Tryon for the Redskins in as extra defensive backs, third and goal. Looking for the pass. Gradkowski stepping up, and his pass caught at the goal line and did not get in. Zach Miller is thrown back by Kareem Moore. So it'll be fourth and goal just inside the 1. Great play by Moore, number 41 for Washington.
Very strong tackle, keeping the big tight end out of the end zone. But Zach Miller catches the ball, and Moore does not allow him to turn upfield and get his momentum going again.
So the Raiders will try to push it in, and Eric Piers, a right tackle, will be eligible as a tight end. He is wearing number 72. There he is on the left side. Fourth and goal. It's Fargas, and it's a touchdown.
And watch the blocking up front. You remember the fumbled snap, the fumble a couple plays ago with Bruce Gradkowski? It's the same exact play. This time he gets it complete to Justin Fargas. Luke Lawton leads, and the offensive line gives him a lane to vault through.
Janikowski, and the kick is good. Russell returned at 41 yards. Good field position, and they capitalized as Janikowski kicks off, and a good one to Devin Thomas, who will down it for the touchback. Fans came prepared. Still about 52 degrees, but a light rain. And that could be a factor as this game goes on, because this field is 22 feet below sea level, and the drainage is not that outstanding if it continues to rain, and rain hard for a long period of time. Meanwhile, the Redskins start from the 20. Trailing now 10-7. And a whistle and a flag thrown at the line of scrimmage.
Encroachment, number 92, defense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Richard Seymour, and because of the encroachment penalty, the Redskins will have a 1st and 5 from the 25. Redskins punted the first 2 times, and then an impressive 77-yard touchdown drive capped by a Jason Campbell to Fred Davis 6-yard pass. 1st and 5, Campbell to the air. Incomplete, trying to get it to Moss, complaining that he was interfered with by Nnamdi Asamoah, one of the better cornerbacks in the league.
Versus press man-to-man. Look on the outside here. What do you have to create? You got to create separation. Nnamdi Asamoah doesn't let him have separation, mainly because he was holding him. Looks to me like he got away with one there against Santana Moss.
2nd down and 5. Ganther. And Ganther getting away from Tyvon Branch enough to get what appears to be a first down. It'll be close, near the 30.
One thing for us to keep an eye on, the wide receivers of the Washington Redskins versus the press man coverage. You win the route at the line of scrimmage. In other words, you've got to beat him off the line of scrimmage. That's where the win occurs for you, not downfield. But if you can get the advantage early, then you have a chance of completing the play.
First down for Washington. Lining up Todd Yoder in the backfield. The handoff to Quinton Ganther. And Ganther is hit immediately by Kirk Morrison. Might have slid back, and another penalty thrown. Back at the 30.
Offside defense. 5-yard penalty. So first down.
Either Jason Campbell's doing a great job with his inflection and hard counts as a signal caller, or the Raiders are just simply not watching the football in terms of getting off the line of scrimmage.
Even story right there, but it'll be another 1st and 5. The second time the Redskins have been in that situation on this drive.
Last time they took a shot on first down, throwing the ball downfield.
Campbell fakes it. May do the same. And open downfield at the 40 is Fred Davis. And a first down. So, Charles, they followed your blueprint. And a gain of 27 yards into Raider territory at the 37.
It's a favorable down and distance call. 1st and 5. Go ahead and take the shot. And Fred Davis, the tight end, gets off free. In other words, no one over the top. No one chucks him on his route at all. No one tries to knock him off the route. He runs nice and easy into the secondary, and a well-thrown ball by Jason Campbell completes the play.
First down at the 37. And the handoff to Ganther. And hit immediately behind the line of scrimmage. And Richard Seymour and Trevor Scott, no gain on the play. As the Raiders storm in, that will bring up 2nd down and 10.
Seeing that play increase in popularity around the league. To me, a little more effective on the line of scrimmage with the fake and the handoff. Deeper, the penetration of the defensive line can get to the back.
Michael Huff, the free safety of the Raiders, got hurt, and Hiram Eugene, number 31, has replaced him at free safety. 2nd down and 9. Campbell getting out of danger and flips it out to Ganther. No room for Ganther. And finally, Morrison, the first, and then Tommy Kelly putting the tackle on, and a loss of 3. So the Raiders, after giving up ground in their own territory, aggressive here.
Take a look. This is Morrison, but watch the defensive line also. They just follow down the line. See, Tommy Kelly, 93, he reads it well. Morrison also, because Morrison's quicker, he gets there and makes the tackle first.
3rd down and 12. Redskins at the Raider 39. Antoine Randall L. lining up to the top. And an offsides penalty, again, a call
Offside
against the Raiders.
Number 99, defense, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
That time it's Greg Ellis. So 3 offsides penalties against the Raiders defense. Keeps this thing going.
I'm not sure what you can say other than where's the discipline from the defensive line in terms of watching the football before it's snapped and ignoring the hard count or inflection if that's what Jason Campbell's giving them.
So now it's a more manageable 3rd and 7 for the Redskins. And the pass caught up the middle by Randall L. Stopped short of the first down. A good tackle there by Hiram Eugene, as we said, just coming in the game at free safety. And that will bring up 4th down, and the field goal team enters.
Normally you get all press man coverage, you're getting it again, but now Nnamdi Asomugha had rotated back and became the center fielder. Really well covered by Hiram Eugene on Randall L.
So here's Graham Gano, who kicked the game-winning field goal for Las Vegas in the United Football League to win the championship. This will be from 46 yards out. And Gano's kick is good. Gano kicking off to Gary Russell. And Russell at the 1. He returned 41 yards and loses the ball. But the Raiders will keep possession. And no one could get possession. And what a hit by Kareem Moore, who prevented the touchdown.
And it's a great kickoff, too, because of where he pinned Gary Russell. Deep into the corner of the field and into the sideline. Kareem Moore, textbook tackle. Had on the football, almost turned into a huge play for the Redskins.
Remember, he stopped Zach Miller from getting into the end zone a little while ago. So the Raiders backed up and a first down on their own 12. That's Darren McFadden. He's figured as a receiver so far in this game. Falls down, but the pass coming out to Gary Russell. And Russell is stopped by Carlos Rogers after a gain of 2.
We're seeing some really good tackling from the Washington Redskins in this ball game. You just mentioned, partner, Kareem Moore, 2 big-time tackles, one against Zach Miller, and then on the kickoff, how about this last play? Carlos Rogers out in open field, immediately taking him down.
Well, you said at the outset, these are 2 teams. One has 3 wins, the other 4. They say, look, we can win this game, and they're playing not like they need an upset, on even footing. 2nd and 8, Darren McFadden slips a tackle, slips a couple of them, and gets close to the first down. He'll be shy by a yard. Arapto and Dowdy finally get him, but there were a couple of misses before that.
No more giving them praise for their tackling because they had a chance to hit and wrap up. But the hit came without the wrap-up. That allowed Darren McFadden to continue down the field.
You want an update on the weather? The rain has stopped, and the sun's trying to come through again. There's Gratkowski, 8 for 11 for 130. And McFadden and Fargas have figured as runners and receivers. 3rd and 1. Here is Fargas, close. And looks like he may be short. Looks like shy. That yellow line is unofficial, by the way, but London Flesher filling the gap. So we may have a 4th and 1.
Watch Fletcher, the perennial Pro Bowl alternate at his position. Many people think that a Pro Bowl recognition for him is long overdue. What did he call himself last year? The Susan Lucci of the NFL. All those nominations and never the big prize.
So he watches the soap operas then, I guess, every day.
Big on All My Children.
Our line is right on the money, our unofficial line. So they are a yard short. So 4th down coming up, and Shane Leckler will come in to kick it away. In a 10-10 game, spirited first half we're seeing.
Great hitting we're seeing, very competitive. And these guys, you pointed it out. Both of them came into this game expecting to win. Didn't see it as an upset either way.
Leckler with his punting average best in the league, and Antoine Randall, who's a threat. Randall was going to let it bounce. Takes him. Raider roll. And down at the 21. First down at the 21. Short slant, and the pass is incomplete. And it's Malcolm Kelly who tried his juggling act. Kurt Morrison, the linebacker, defending.
They've tried this a few times in this game, and the coverage has been really good. And if the coverage isn't tight and right on the receiver, it's the tackle at the end. Chris Johnson upending Malcolm Kelly before he can pull the ball in for a catch.
Yeah, it was Johnson's play. Morrison was trying for the interception. 2nd down and 10, and the play fake, and under pressure and throwing the ball away. And it was Matt Shaughnessy, the rookie from Wisconsin, and they'll have a flag down at the 20-yard line.
Ineligible downfield, number 66, offense. 5-yard penalty. It's still 2nd down.
So that was Derek Dockery, the left guard. It'll still be 2nd down.
But don't let that take away from the play that you're going to see right here. Watch Trevor Cole. He's been playing defensive end, now outside linebacker, and he takes away the throw Jason Campbell wants to Fred Davis from the linebacker position. And because the play lasted so long, Derek Dockery leaked downfield, and that became the penalty against the Redskins.
Second down and 15. Late defensive substitutions for the Raiders. In motion is Devin Thomas. Good protection for Campbell, and he finds the receiver Marcus Mason out of the backfield to the 25-yard line. It'll be a 9-yard gain as we wind down to 5 minutes remaining in the half.
And the Raiders just played zone defense. We talk so much about their man coverage and press man and cover one where you have one free. They changed up and went to zone.
Anytime you can change up, the sky's what you're showing. There's Johnson along with Asamoah, the two cornerbacks. 3rd and 6. Mason now moves out to the slot left. 4 receivers. Campbell gets hit as he throws incomplete, trying to get it to Antoine Randall L, but he was hit hard by Gerard Warren, number 61. It has not been an easy game physically for Jason Campbell thus far.
And one play after the zone, when you see all this, you're not playing zone. Here they come. Everyone's in man coverage, locked up, and there's the big hit by Gerard Warren on Jason Campbell.
And his head hit the ground hard. So there's Warren on the bench as flag goes down. The whistle before the kick by Hunter Smith. This will be the 11th penalty of this first half. There you see a conference. Fortunately, no medical people around Jason Campbell. Here it is.
Ball start, number 20, offense. 5-yard penalty. It's still 4th down. Please reset the game clock. Thank you.
Justin Tryon. There you see Campbell. And they are working on his left arm.
There's the side he hit down hard. And Gerard Warren sacked him.
He's been hit a few times. Smith punting from inside the 10 to Johnny Lee Higgins. Higgins from the 30. Good change of direction. But he can't get away from number 79, Lorenzo Alexander. Another big play on special teams for the big guy. And that's been a big story for the Cowboys lately. Their December swoon, 5-9 going into this game. Look at San Diego. Perfect record.
And earlier this year, people were criticizing Dallas for throwing the ball in that same situation and not getting points. They say you should run the football. They do. That doesn't work either. Nice defense by the Chargers.
First down. Bruce Radkowski. Darren McFadden. No chance. And it was Kendrick Golston who made the initial hit, and there'll be a drop of 2 yards on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 12 with 4 minutes to go in the half.
And don't be surprised if the Raiders now on this play go back to the formation that's worked best for them. Gary Russell is the sole running back, 3 wide receivers and a tight end, one of the receivers being Darren McFadden. When they are able to spread out the Washington Redskins, that's where the biggest plays have occurred.
Well, they're not doing it on this play.
Gary Russell's now the lead fullback. There's Russell, but here it comes.
I stand corrected.
There's McFadden.
Hand off to Russell. And right now, the Raiders can't do anything on the ground, as it was London Flesher and Andre Carter on the play. So remember the Raiders, who are 20th against the run, and now again it's that left arm shoulder for Campbell.
The way he came down with Warren and all of his weight on him, that's where you hope is not a dislocation.
Raiders 1 for 6 and coming in 30th in the league in 3rd down conversions. been a big problem. They need 13 yards. Here's the pressure on Gronkowski, and the pass is nearly intercepted by Dowdy, intended for Zach Miller. The crowd is looking for a flag, and there's one thrown right in the vicinity at the 45.
Illegal contact, number 37, defense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And a big break for the Raiders on that play.
Right in there. Reed Dowdy working against Zach Miller. He's got his hands on him just about the entire route, which is why Billy Smith, the back judge, pulled the flag and threw it. Reed Dowdy would say, hold it a second. We're just kind of hand fighting in there. As big as he is, I'm not going to be able to get around him just normally.
So it'll be a first down. Raiders needed 13, and they get the pass interference call. First down on the 42. Play action. Gronkowski stepping up on the run, and a drop pass. Zach Miller drops the ball.
This is what Bruce Gronkowski gives you that JaMarcus Russell really doesn't. The ability to move in the pocket better. Able to step up, finds a clear sight line, and delivers downfield, what appears to be a big play. But Zach Miller trying to run before he takes it in. And this is not something you'll see very often. Zach Miller, one of the better tight ends in the league.
And coming in, leading the Raiders in receiving. Second down and 10. End around flip to Louis Murphy. And the hero of last week's game with the winning touchdown catch. Touches the ball for the first time today and brought down by Fred Smoot after a gain of 8 yards. So it'll be third down and 2 as we wind down to the 2-minute warning. And let's see whether the Raiders will run off a play. And there it is, the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half here in Oakland. Dick Stockton along with Charles Davis. The Raiders at midfield have third down and 2. Justin Fargas is the running back.
Keep an eye for Zach Miller over here, the tight end.
Gronkowski. And diving is Murphy, and the pass is caught. Justin Tryon defending Murphy, and Louis Murphy, the rookie from the University of Florida, makes a very tough catch and a first down outside the 20.
Wonderful layout for the football by Louis Murphy, because that coverage was good by Justin Tryon.
And the handoff, they did not get a booth review situation in unless it was called before the snap. Here's Walt Anderson.
The previous play is under review.
They did. They got it in. It'll be a booth review on this catch.
After reviewing the play, the ball hit the ground before the receiver could secure possession. It is an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th and 2 on the 50-yard line. Please put 1:56 on the game clock.
And as Charles pointed out in the replay, you definitely saw that it did. So it'll be 4th and 2, and Shane Leckler has come on to kick the ball, as Bruce Gronkowski very nearly had a pass to set up a score. But Antoine Randall L will go back deep now, and Leckler will be kicking. And this is where Leckler would want to kick the ball, obviously not boom it into the end zone, but make the Redskins go 80 or 90 yards. Flag is down.
Ball starts, number 31, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
So 5-yard penalty against Hiram Eugene.
Which they're not upset about. They give Shane Leckler a little bit more room to play with, trying to kick the ball out of bounds inside the 10.
So Leckler punting from the 30. Randall L. gets hit as he grabs it at the 10, and another flag goes down. And let's see if the Raiders will be called for a penalty. And it was Hiram Eugene once again, number 31.
I think the key is, did he signal for a fair catch or not?
Interference with the opportunity to make a catch. Number 31 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
I think his timing was just really good.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm not sure that he actually interfered, but on a bang-bang play like that, to the naked eye, it may have appeared that way. But see, the catch is made before his hands get there.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's truly a penalty, but Hiram Eugene's timing was so good.
It was a terrific play by Eugene. Flag is down. Another one is thrown at the 20.
Man, we never saw Antoine Randall signal for a fair catch.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Oakland bench. That'll be 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, this is a double whammy of the worst kind for the Oakland Raiders, because Hiram Eugene actually made, from what we saw, a good play, because Randall L. had the ball secured, and then John Fossil, the son of the former New York Giant head coach Jim Fossil, and the bench is called for an unsportsmanlike penalty, and the Redskins wind up with the ball at the 40-yard line. And Jason Campbell in the game. 3 timeouts left for the Redskins. Crowd voicing its displeasure. Campbell's pass, and it's caught by Santana Moss, who gets away and will go out of bounds after crossing midfield. And a 14-yard gain, stopping the clock at 1:40.
And you see what happens when you have that additional penalty. Fred Davis had it earlier in the game. They ended up getting the ball on the 50-yard line to set up a Raiders touchdown. Now the Raiders upset on this one. And remember, in defense of the officials, we saw it on replay that it was an okay play. To the naked eye on a bang-bang play, it looked like kick interference.
John Fossil should not have been on the field, so that was a well-deserved penalty by the Raiders. Here is Campbell's pass, and it's caught by Devin Thomas in stride, getting inside the 20-yard line. And Devin Thomas, second round from Michigan State in his second year, with a 29-yard gain.
This is the first charge timeout, Washington.
And the Redskins call their first timeout. Rock Cartwright. And Cartwright, no gain thanks to Gerard Warren. Cartwright upset, and publicly so, at not getting the starting running back assignment, which went to Quinton Ganther. And now they will hurry it up as we get close to a minute to go. Redskins have 2 timeouts left. Campbell fires, touchdown, and it's Fred Davis with his second of the game. So this Raider crowd really enraged, and obviously their fans would be, whatever the call was on the interference on the kick. But then the unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Raiders bench, setting the Redskins up, and the touchdown pass of 17 yards and the extra point by Gano, and the kick is good. Gano will be kicking off, and Gary Russell back deep. Here's Russell. Gary Russell, flags come down from upfield with 49 seconds left in the half. And as you can see, the rain has started again.
During the return, holding number 77, the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
So Matt Shaughnessy holding. Final weeks. First down with 49 seconds remaining. Long way to go for the Raiders starting from the 14. Gradkowski throwing incomplete, and slipping downfield was Lewis Murphy.
I think he tried to get a little bit more out of that play than really what was there. Saw Chaz Schillens on a little shallow crossing route. I thought that Bruce Gradkowski had checked down to him, but tried to get it downfield, and you notice the slippage that happened with the receivers. Hard to complete when the field's in this condition.
And we've had rain and sunshine, and the more it rains, the tougher the field gets. As we said, does not drain that well, 22 feet below sea level. Second down and 10, low snap, and Gradkowski. Is the pass caught? Yes, it is. It's caught by Chaz Schillens. And it'll get him out of some trouble, but the clock will be a factor. It'll be a 17-yard gain, as the officials signal that Schillens had possession of the ball, so that there'll be a booth review.
But what we have to understand here is that if this is called a catch, then this is a fumble. All right, but what they're saying is that he has to go all the way. He has to go all the way to the ground with the football, possessing the football in order to complete the catch. Okay, he's got the ball.
He has control
right there,
and the second player hits him.
So now, inside of 2 minutes, this would have to be a booth review about whether he caught it and was down before the ball could come free, and the official on the spot was signaling down,
yes,
that he completed the catch, no fumble.
And it was the official closest to the play. Well, the Raiders are not getting the best of some of these issues here. Didn't help themselves at all with unsportsmanlike conduct.
Did you pull Sean Payton and call the timeout to make him look at it?
Well, the replay looked at it upstairs, confirmed that it was not a catch. So it's third down and 10. And now the Redskins looking to perhaps get another chance. 34 seconds left inside the 10 as Gradkowski pulls it down and slides. And will he have enough for the first down? It'll be close.
Looks short.
And a timeout called by the Raiders. Oakland calling a timeout.
Watch the end of the play where Bruce Gradkowski, there's where he starts to slide and goes down. He appeared to me short of our unofficial line. And the official from the top of the screen coming in, I thought he was signaling short also, but I was incorrect.
First down at the 20, at the 27 seconds remaining. Gradkowski's pass caught, and now going out of bounds, Johnny Lee Higgins with a gain of 16, and Sebastian Janikowski maybe unlimbering that strong left foot just in case he's needed, as the Raiders have one timeout left. Ball is at their own 40. Gradkowski running up, tackled, trying to get away from Ryan Arapko and could not, and a 6-yard pickup. And the clock stopped, 16 seconds left. Raiders out of timeouts. It'll be second down and 4. 16 seconds remain in the half. Gradkowski flips it to Justin Fargas, and he'll go out of bounds with 8 seconds, but just barely in Redskin territory, and good heads-up play by Gradkowski, who is shaken up as he gets up and limping right now.
Excellent job of improvising. And when we talk with with London Fletcher before the ball game, we asked him, who does Bruce Gradkowski remind you of? And he said, maybe it's the number, but I think it's the way he plays too. Jeff Garcia, when he wore number 5, running around in this league. And that was the type of play that Garcia made often.
Scrappy. 5 seconds on the shot clock, 8 seconds in the half. Incomplete. Incomplete, intended for Zach Miller.
They were trying to run something short, get to the sideline, and give Janikowski a shot at a very long-range field goal. Now they've got to throw something towards the end zone.
That was the play clock that we were talking about. Now 5 seconds left, and they're going to bring in Janikowski for a mammoth field goal try. The ball is at the 48-yard line. This is a 66-yard try. And there's Janikowski's kick. It's going to be short, and Dowdy is going to run it out. Or Fred Smoot. Fred Smoot's still on his feet, and that'll do it for the first half, but a flag is down. Penalty flag down at the 35. Remember, the half or the game can't end on a foul by the defense.
There is no foul on the play. The half is over.
And that's it.
Zach Miller had a great opportunity that he dropped. I think they'll come back to him later on.
Devin Thomas returning the second half kickoff for the Redskins. And gets to about the 30-yard line. And the Redskins go to work. Jason Campbell. And both Campbell and Gronkowski coming off career games last week and really following suit. They're playing very well once again today. And the Redskins, who will start from the 30, that scored 17 points in the first half, and that matched their season's high for a half. Last week they had 17 against the Saints, so this offense is starting to cook. Hand off to Quinton Ganther. And Ganther stopped immediately by Trevor Scott. No gain on the play. So here is Ganther, who signed in week 7 with the Redskins. Remember Clinton Portis, who's had a concussion, went on injured reserve this week. Liddell Betts sprained knee, also on injured reserve. So Rock Cartwright started, and now Ganther getting his chance. Those are his numbers. 2nd and 10. Campbell gets hit, and the pass incomplete. Intended for Randall L., and a flag comes down late from upfield. Tyvon Branch was defending on the play, and Branch has played very well for the Raiders in the defensive secondary.
Pass interference, number 33, defense. First down.
Tyvon Branch, number 33. Watch on the coverage. Watch at the end of the play where it gets Antoine Randall L. Hooks him to begin with. I thought they were going to call something about where his hand was in the head area of Antoine Randall L. I thought that's what the call would be. End result, still a 15-yard penalty.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 39. Campbell's pass is tipped, incomplete downfield. And it was Thomas Howard who got a hand on it. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. By the way, Michael Huff, the free safety for the Raiders, got hurt in the first half, suffered a stinger, and has been replaced since then by Hiram Eugene. So Campbell facing a lot of pressure from the Raiders today, but he has still managed to throw 2 touchdown passes.
My admiration for him continues to increase as I watch the pressure he's under today and how he's played about the last month of this season.
No question this offense is starting to get a lot better, and this pass off the hands of Randall L. incomplete.
You always talk about against press man, win the route in the beginning, and that's exactly what he does there. Beats him off the line of scrimmage, Antoine Randall L. Now you just have to catch the football because it's right there. Ball's well thrown by Jason Campbell. Just not able to bring it in as Antoine Randall L.
3rd down and 10. Raider fans and the Raiders looking for a stop. Randall L. goes to the top of your picture. Pressure coming in from the secondary, and Mike Mitchell, the second-round pick from the Ohio University, on a big sack. And getting Jason Campbell back inside the 25-yard line. A 13-yard loss.
Not a big blitz unit or John Marshall's troops, the defensive coordinator for the Raiders. But on this play, an excellent call, and Mike Mitchell, unblocked, comes through and sacks Jason Campbell.
So Hunter Smith punting to Johnny Lee Higgins. And Higgins on the 34 gets stopped once and finally brought down by his shoes at the 44 by Kareem Moore. He is now in there. Those are his numbers. And the handoff to Fargas. And Fargas picking up a couple of yards. And let's go back to the second quarter to pick up where he got hurt.
In the pocket, right there, and Mario Henderson, his own offensive lineman, falling on him, I think might have been what really injured Bruce Gradkowski. He was getting held at the foot and the ankle area to begin with, and then right at the end, Henderson falls on top. And we're told Bruce Gradkowski done for the day.
Came in as 2-1 as a starter. And Darren McFadden lines up as a receiver to the right. JaMarcus Russell's pass caught by Zach Miller. And the tight end will have a first down for the Raiders into Redskin territory at the 45, picking up 9. So here is JaMarcus Russell, who has completed under 50% of his passes. And we chronicled this early, his touchdown interception ratio, and giving way to Gradkowski, a tough quarterback from Western Pennsylvania, the Pittsburgh area, but out for the rest of the game with a knee injury. Miller in motion, and the handoff to Justin Fargas, who is tripped up and gets to close to the 41-yard line.
This is an opportunity now for JaMarcus Russell to show that the benching and his increase in work habits, as he's told people, and when we talk with the Raiders staff, Tom Cable said it's really truly all up to JaMarcus. He said he's worked better, he's absorbed better in meetings, he's trying to put extra time in. Now's his opportunity to show people that he's actually learned from what's happened to him.
Third year with the first overall pick in 2007, second down and 6, and here's Fargas again off the left side, and Fargas is brought down by Philip Daniels after a gain of 3 yards, and that will bring up third down and short. So Tom Cable has to go to plan B here with JaMarcus Russell.
And other quarterbacks have learned from this. Vince Young, we've seen the benching in Tennessee, spent a lot of time absorbing, came back this year when he got an opportunity and has played quite well in that time frame. Matt Leinart going through it at Arizona. How will JaMarcus Russell truly handle this? Because trust me, it's not over for him here. They want him to have another chance to be the starting quarterback.
Raiders have converted the last 2 third downs they've had. They need 3 yards here, and JaMarcus Russell calls a timeout. So the Raiders calling their first timeout, and JaMarcus Russell in relief. Bruce Gradkowski went out with a knee injury, gone for the day, so it'll be Russell's team, third down and 3 in Redskin territory, and Russell's pass, and it is a catch, holding on to that pass, and a great play made by Johnny Lee Higgins, with Carlos Rogers applying the hit. There was a catch and a hold, a good hold by Higgins.
Great example of a receiver making a play for his new quarterback, because the coverage was good, the tackle was strong by Carlos Rogers, and the catch even better by Johnny Lee Higgins, holding on after the hit.
And a 10-yard gain and a first down. By the way, Lorenzo Alexander replacing Philip Daniels in the Redskin defensive front. He was shaken up moments ago. Here's Russell, and he's going to go down, and it's Ryan Orakpo who comes in and makes the play. That'll be his second sack and the third for the Redskins, and a loss on the play.
Orakpo, number 98, working on Mario Henderson, starts with him, then works inside where the traffic was and comes out the other side. No one picks him up at that point, and he gets to JaMarcus Russell and brings him down.
10-yard loss on the play, so for Orakpo, his second sack, and there is Bruce Gradkowski limping into the locker room. Very difficult for him because he had turned this team around on and off the field, and on the end around, Lewis Murphy, and Murphy is tackled, and it was Carlos Rogers who came around and dissected that one in a hurry, limiting a 1-yard gain by Murphy.
Earlier this year, Carlos Rogers was benched against Denver. Gave up a couple of big plays, double moves, and Jerry Gray, his secondary coach, says we benched him to protect him. Sometimes guys need to take a step back and don't let their confidence really get hurt. Since they put him back in the lineup, he's played much better, and I think he's been excellent today on the corner for Washington.
Got to come left.
3rd down and 18 on the 36. And here's Russell. McFadden, and it's incomplete. And LaRon Landry, you see why he was playing up in the box early in the game, because he can apply hits like that.
That'll eliminate some of the frustrations a man has in trying to cover people. Let him do what he does best, strike him.
So it's 4th down, and Sebastian Janikowski will try a 54-yard field goal. This is a chip shot compared to a 66-yarder before halftime.
He slipped a little bit on his plant foot on the 66-yarder because of field conditions.
And the Redskins may have had too many men on the field, and they alertly called timeout. 3 for 5 from 50 and beyond to try to cut into the Redskin lead. And Janikowski's kick is good. So with JaMarcus Russell leading the way, the Raiders get into field goal position, and Janikowski's 53-yarder makes it a 17-13 game. And here is Devin Thomas on the return for the Redskins and brings it out to the 25. 1st down at the 25. And Campbell's pass, and unable to go high for it, was Fred Davis, incomplete. Meanwhile, Nnamdi Asomugha, the Pro Bowl cornerback for the Raiders, is out and has been replaced by Stanford Routt, number 26.
And there, the pressure created the incompletion. You just talked about Stanford Routt, the guy who replaced Nnamdi Asomugha. If he's not there, that's an easy pitch and catch to Fred Davis, who was wide open.
Good pressure there by Routt. That was a quad injury, by the way, suffered by Asomugha. 2nd down and 10. Campbell goes down, and a sack by Matt Shaughnessy, who made his first NFL start last week. And a loss of 8 yards. 3rd time they've gotten to Campbell.
Now we're going to see the pressure. Matt Shaughnessy, 77 on the left side. He gets the sack, but he has to go back and thank his secondary, because they made Jason Campbell pull the ball down and not deliver it because the coverage was so good downfield.
And we're talking about 2 backups in Routt and Hiram Eugene, who have been there because of injuries to the Raiders. Here's the crowd on 3rd and 18. Campbell completes it to Devin Thomas, well short of the 1st down. And a huge game for the Cowboys.
They didn't try and run that one in?
That's later.
Oh.
Hunter Smith punting to Johnny Lee Higgins. From the 30, Higgins. And a good return by Johnny Lee Higgins. Seesaw game in which the Redskins led 7-3. The Raiders regained the lead. Redskins broke a 10-10 tie. And the Raiders coming closer. And JaMarcus Russell leading the way. Good field position, starting from his own 49. Russell's pass incomplete downfield, and it was intended for Zach Miller.
And the Raiders defense has played very well to start the 2nd half. Washington negative 12 yards in offense in this half. They are giving their offense, and JaMarcus Russell leading them, good field position and opportunities here in the 2nd half. It's up to him and the offense now to capitalize on those.
Raiders have won 2 of their last 3 games, and it was engineered by Bruce Gradkowski, but now JaMarcus Russell
Goes
Taking
McFadden.
over, and McFadden lined up wide to the left on 2nd and 10. And the pass is to Miller underneath, and Miller may have the first down. Chris Wilson making the stop, a gain of 11.
Again, with Darren McFadden drawing the coverage, look at that. 3 guys ran to Darren McFadden, which allowed Zach Miller to come underneath. Wide open. But everyone was kicking their coverage towards Darren McFadden because of the success they had in the first half of running him out wide and running him one-on-one in routes. And what the Redskins have done, they've sent corners out to cover Darren McFadden now instead of safeties like LaRon Landry.
First down at the 40 of the Redskins. Here's Darren McFadden. Gets by one defender and picks up about 6 yards, and it was Chris Wilson who missed McFadden at first. McFadden has been effective as a pass receiver coming out of the backfield for 2 substantial plays.
And those are tackles you just simply have to make. Opportunity there. You turn it into 2nd and long yardage instead of 2nd and about 5. Chris Wilson misses. Darren McFadden makes a nice gain.
2nd down and 4. Russell with the pitch to McFadden and tripped up. And it was LaRon Landry who tripped up Darren McFadden, and a loss on the play of 2.
When LaRon Landry's able to make these type of plays, when he's near the line of scrimmage, watch him, he stacks up Luke Lawton, number 44, the fullback, which allows London Fletcher and Brian Arakpo to clean up on the backside. That's why he was a Pro Bowl alternate in 2008. Him on the back end out in coverage, that's not a strength of LaRon Landry's.
Justin Fargas is in the game now at running back. 3rd down and 6. Russell's pass. Good grab made by Murphy, and a first down inside the Redskin 30. A gain of 8 yards. Talk about young receivers on the Redskins. The Raiders have a few of their own.
Howie Long talked at the half about how complex the Washington Redskins defense is. Great job by the Oakland Raiders picking up the extra pressure guys coming at the quarterback. And Lewis Murphy goes right up and snares the football with both hands and brings it down for a first down.
McFadden back in the game. Ball is at the 28 of the Redskins, and McFadden in motion to the right. And slipping and now going down is JaMarcus Russell at the 35. Andre Carter, who spent 5 years in the Bay Area with the 49ers.
JaMarcus Russell.
Played his college ball at Berkeley, and now 4th year with the Redskins, getting the 4th sack for Washington as a loss of 7 here.
JaMarcus Russell is not the people's choice here, but this isn't all on him. You observed it as you called the play, Dick. Slipped as he tried to get his plant foot back and deliver the football. Once he wasn't able to do that, he became a sitting duck for Andre Carter.
So it's 2nd and long. 2nd and 16. Back at the 34. And a whistle and a penalty.
Ball start, number 66, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Cooper Carlisle, the right guard. So the sack, the loss, and now the penalty. And we know that Janikowski has a strong leg, but you don't want to move the Raiders too far away from a decent field goal try. And that was the 11th penalty against the Raiders. Greg Blosh, the outstanding defensive coordinator of Washington, and this has been a solid defensive team.
Really has. Number 4 in the NFL last year, number 9 coming into this week. Let's see if he goes after him on this long yardage situation.
Zach Miller on the shallow cross, and another penalty is down. Carlos Rogers upending.
Eligible player downfield, number 74, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
That's the right tackle, Cornell Green. It's been a rough series for the right side of that offensive line.
Second time we've had that call today, once against Washington, now once against Oakland. An eligible offensive lineman getting downfield on a pass play.
Penalties have really damaged the Oakland Raiders today.
It's Cornell Green, 74. See him getting downfield? Now he's trying to get back on, get back legal again, a little bit too late.
Second down and 26, and now field goal try would be in the 60s. Russell goes down at the 45. Brian Orakpo with his third sack of the game. So the rookie leading all NFL first-year players in sacks now has 10 on the year.
And this is where he's at his best, when he's lined up in the defensive end position. That's what he did at the University of Texas. They brought him in and they've made him an outside linebacker slash defensive end. They really get the best production out of Brian Orakpo with his hand in the ground, rushing the passer.
13th pick in the draft. And so now the Raiders, who have been moving backward rapidly, it'll be 3rd and 35. Russell's pass, and they'll rule it caught, and it may have hit the ground. That was Zach Miller with London Fletcher defending, and they rule it a catch.
Great job by Miller. Look at London Fletcher, and he's saying that he knocked it out, and I think he's got a point.
No, this is definitely an incompleted pass.
I mean, he's got a point on this one, because look at what London Fletcher does, knocking the ball free. Clearly knocks the ball loose. It should be an incomplete pass.
And there's the challenge flag tossed out there.
That was well played by London Fletcher, able to come in between the hands of Zach Miller and knock the ball free on what appeared to be a catch.
That is the first challenge of the game. We've had a bunch of booth reviews.
Is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed catch.
And that would be an easy one for the Redskins to win.
Really don't think this should take very long once Walt Anderson gets under the hood to see a replay and see that this ball clearly was knocked free before he got to the ground.
The pass is incomplete. It'll be 4th down on the 47-yard line. Washington will not be charged with a timeout. Please put 2:31 on the game clock, please.
So it would have been about a 58-yard field goal had the pass been complete. But it is now 4th down and 35. So Shane Leckler will come in and punt from the 35-yard line. Back deep is Santana Moss. So Moss returning a punt for the first time today. Good kick. It'll bounce and go into the end zone for the touchback. So the big question, can the Saints finish the year undefeated? Vikings winning today. There you see the other division leaders, the wild card advantage and those chasing them. Quinton Ganther on first down. Gets the first down, and good hard running by Ganther. And an 11-yard pickup, first down to the 31.
Just saw a great example of what his head coach Jim Zorn described as his running style. Patient to the hole, then he explodes through it. And we just saw that. Great patience as he ran behind his offensive line, then the burst at the end to pick up a first down.
Meanwhile, the Chargers now lead 17-10 over the Cowboys as Ganther holds on and carries to the 36. Second down and 6 on the slant, incomplete to Santana Moss. And that will present a 3rd down and 6 for the Redskins, who lead at 17-13.
You saw there an opportunity for the Redskins. They wanted to go against Stanford Routt, who's in for Nnamdi Asomugha, the all-pro corner. Tried to work against him. He did a nice job in coverage on that play.
Third and 6. Campbell pass caught by Rock Cartwright, and a first down. Cartwright with an 8-yard catch with Chris Johnson covering. So Rock Cartwright may have not started the game he wanted to begin, but contributing here with a big third down catch.
Sometimes the matchup you want is not with the corners against your wide receivers, but your running back operating against a linebacker. Chris Johnson ends up making the tackle at the end of the play, but the coverage was Kirk Morrison, the middle linebacker.
From the 44, Ganther. And it takes several Raiders to bring him down, and he may be close to yet another first down. And Todd Yoder with a good block. As you know, Mike Sellers out with a bruised thigh, not playing, and Yoder, tight end, playing fullback.
Does a nice job on the lead, working against Kirk Morrison, the middle linebacker, and then Ganther finishes the run. You always hear people talk about it. Nice tackle by Eugene, but look how Ganther finishes the run with an extra 2 yards at the end.
Ganther, 9 carries, 42 yards, averaging nearly 5 yards a carry, and here he is again. And he gets to the 45 as the final seconds tick off here in this third quarter. Redskins with the ball, leading the Raiders 17-13, have second down and 9 on the Oakland 45. Marcus Mason has checked in at running back. Play action. Jason Campbell, and 2 flags go down, and Santana Moss had fallen, and Stanford Routt was covering him, and this is not good as Moss is holding onto his right knee.
See Moss at the top of the screen running the route against Stanford Routt. Bends him to the inside. Looks like he speeds on the outside cut, and a flag was thrown.
There's a conference of the officials.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Holding number 53 is the defense. That penalty is declined. Pass interference number 26 is defense. That'll be a first down.
I don't believe that was interference. I believe the Stanford Routt was in coverage. Look, where are his hands? You see anything? You see a trip?
He fell on his own.
He just fell down, and the call was made. That was not a good call against Stanford Routt.
Now, in all fairness, it would have been a hold on Thomas Howard. In any event, first down for the Redskins. Campbell trying to get it to Santana Moss, and broken up beautifully by Chris Johnson. Textbook coverage by Chris Johnson on that pass to Moss.
I'm not sure it was intended, but it almost became one of those great back shoulder throws that's so hard to defend. So give Chris Johnson double kudos for breaking up this pass, because that's the type of play that defenders tell you all the time. Almost impossible to defend if you throw it accurately.
Second down and 10. Marco Mitchell, the rookie from Nevada, number 84, is in, but the call goes to Mason. And Mason is tackled by Tommy Kelly after a gain of 8 yards. The Redskins are threatening here early in this fourth quarter. Remember, the Raiders got as far down as the 28 of the Redskins, and then the sack on JaMarcus Russell and several penalties pushed them way out of field goal try. And now the Redskins looking to add to a 4-point lead.
Like the way the Redskins have run the ball on this drive. 3rd and short could still be a run play for them.
They fake the run. Campbell's pass is caught by Malcolm Kelly, and the Redskins will have a first down at the 14. 10 more yards. Kelly, who was the starter for the first 5 weeks of the season for Washington.
And I think that Jason Campbell wanted the first down so much that he might have missed a shot downfield. Watch Kelly 12, but watch Fred Davis 86. Okay, he wants the first down. He has it. Yeah, excellent decision, because in the background there, that was number 34, Mike Mitchell, covering Fred Davis. Good job by Jason Campbell.
First down at the 13. Ganther drives down to the 10, where Tyvon Branch is there. 3-yard gain. So we'll see how the Redskins play it, but there's no question, as the Redskins have a lead into the fourth quarter for the 4th straight game, and they're trying to turn the tide of the other 3 games in which they ended up losing, is that this offense definitely has improved in the last several weeks.
And the idea of getting certain offensive linemen into the game and staying together, a little extra continuity, that's shown up a little bit today.
There's the shifts. Fake handoff to Ganther. Here's Santana Moss wending his way in. He's got the first down inside the 4-yard line. Great bit of running after the catch by Santana Moss, who gets 7 yards after all of that. And it'll be first and goal for Washington.
One of the big blocks against tight ends as they come into the league nowadays are that you're not getting complete guys who will actually block. Fred Davis had the same knock. Watch right here. Watch what he does on the quick screen. Excellent job against Chris Johnson, the corner, blocking and allowing Santana Moss to put a few moves on and get the ball closer to the goal line.
12th play of this drive. Here's Ganther. And Ganther is hit immediately by Trevor Scott. Didn't get much. It'll be second and goal. They'll mark it at about the 1.
You notice where Washington is going with the football in the run game. 2 touchdowns and 3 red zone. This is the 3rd red zone possession today. 2 touchdowns thus far. But in the run game, they like to run it to the right side of their line. Casey Raubach, the center, 61. Mike Williams, 71, the guard. Stephon Heyer, 74, the right tackle.
Let's see if they go that route. Tight formation. Here's Ganther getting in. Touchdown, Redskins. And they did exactly that. They took advantage of the right side of the line.
Careful of the celebration.
Quinton Ganther from Richmond, California, just 20 miles from Oakland, coming home and getting the touchdown.
Right side of the line, cleared a nice path. He burrows into the end zone. His chance to celebrate. Watch the big fellas right here. And then you got Todd Yoder, 87, from the fullback position leading. And Ganther does a nice job finding his way in.
First NFL touchdown for Ganther, and Graham Gano adding the extra point. And Graham Gano kicking it into the end zone. Raiders will go out to the 20-yard line. Back here in Oakland, 24-13, the Redskins lead the Raiders, and a lot of pressure on JaMarcus Russell here, taking over for what's become a popular Bruce Gradkowski, leading them to victories in 2 out of 3 games. And the Redskins have dominated since he's been in the game, but let's see how he responds. Darren McFadden to the top of your picture. First down. Russell up the middle. And let's see, LaRon Landry comes up with the ball. And it's going to be an interception, but Landry was down by contact, but the Redskins will get it back at the 41-yard line.
Delivers the ball late across the middle.
Ruling on the field, the pass was intercepted. First down, Washington.
And I challenge that one if I were Tom Cable.
So LaRon Landry lay out for the football. They called him down on contact after the catch. Let's see if he gets underneath. See him diving for it there, trying to make the play with against Chaz Schillens.
Why wouldn't you challenge this?
We're going to take a look again. That ball could very well have hit the ground and come back into his arms. But no challenge thus far, and Washington needs to hurry to the line of scrimmage.
There it is.
You go.
They teased them.
But there's JaMarcus Russell with the fake and then late and across the middle, which is always a bad combination.
Oakland is challenging the ruling on the field of an interception.
The Raiders are challenging the ruling on the field that this is an interception by LaRon Landry.
Right. The ruling on the field stands. Oakland will be charged with its second timeout.
Yeah, remember, it's indisputable.
Right.
Is the key, because the replay we just saw, I think you could make a case that it hit LaRon Landry's chest, it hit the ground, and then his arms enveloped it. But you can't say definitively that it did that.
Right.
Thus, the ruling on the field stands.
So the Raiders have 1 timeout left in the game in which they trail by 11.
Looks like a tight formation coming from Washington. What if they want to take a shot here with field position and try and put the dagger in?
They're at the 41 of the Raiders. Plenty of time on the play clock. There's the pass. Santana Moss with the grab. And a terrific catch. We've seen several of them today. And with Hiram Eugene all over Moss, Santana Moss with a 30-yard play.
And see, this is the throw that you make when the defender's back is to the football, because you're allowing the receiver to make all the adjustments. The defender can't make the play. He doesn't know where the football is and exactly when it's coming. So you throw the ball really over the top of the defender, let the receiver make the play, and look how it turned out for Washington.
Route was the defender, but Eugene pushed him out. First down from the 11-yard line. Here's Jason Campbell, nowhere to go, swings it out to Ganther. Ganther is wrestled out by Thomas Howard, among others, and a 4-yard gain.
How about Jason Campbell in the pocket? Earlier in the year, when they were having trouble getting their offensive line solidified after the injuries they had, Randy Thomas, Chris Samuels, Jason Campbell said, I couldn't really get through my progressions. I'd go one look downfield, go to the check down. How about now? 1, 2, 3. Able to get through all of his progressions before he got to the check down.
Second down and 6. Santana Moss nearly fell down switching. And this pass caught and out of bounds is Moss. And you can see the wet turf all over the uniform of Santana Moss, and a gain of 4 yards.
Look at him reaching to try and get to the pylon. Doesn't get there. Good tackle by Chris Johnson, knocking him out.
Campbell is 16 of 28. He has thrown for 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. There you see Devin Thomas coming out to the right, Moss to the left, and the handoff is to Ganther, cutting up the middle, touchdown, Washington. Second touchdown for Quinton Ganther, his first 2 NFL scores, right in his hometown, and 200 family members on hand to see him make his first NFL start, and not disappointing any of them.
And where did they go running the football again, partner?
Right off the right side.
That's been the strength of their run game all game long. I formation, Todd Yoder, the tight end turned fullback for today, leading Ganther into the end zone.
Gano with the extra point. And it's 31-13. Now the issue, and you said it early, is can that defense finally clamp down? And they have a healthy lead here as the kick goes into the end zone. And the Raiders will start from the 20. Drew Brees, 3 touchdowns today for the undefeated Saints. Ryan Grant, 2 scores, 137 yards for Green Bay, who did well. 21 catches, a record for Brandon Marshall, and a fumble, picking it up, and with a chance to score, I have to tell you, Andre Carter had a chance to go in for the touchdown, and he's kicking himself right now, but the Redskins will get the ball.
And was that
inside the 5?
Was that Arakpo with his 4th sack of the ball game? Because this goes down as a sack and a forced fumble as Arakpo goes around Mario Henderson. And look at that. And here's Andre Carter trying to scoop and score, and he stumbles over it.
And it was Mario Henderson who recovered for the Raiders, in which the Redskins could have recovered in the end zone. 4th sack for Arakpo, and that's 11 on the year. Handoff to McFadden, and McFadden takes it out to the 6-yard line as this game is spinning away from the Oakland Raiders, who at one point led 10-7 and cut the Redskin lead to 17-13. That was a 3-yard pickup, and the Redskins, who have faltered in the 4th quarter of the last 3 games, Charles, going the opposite way today.
They've been very strong in the 3rd quarter all year long. Today, the 4th quarter has been theirs, and they continue to increase the pressure.
3rd down and 24. JaMarcus Russell in the end zone. Flag goes down. Pass to McFadden. And McFadden is tackled at the 12-yard line. Well short of 1st down.
Holding, number 51, offense. Half the distance to the goal. Correction. That penalty will be declined. It's 4th down.
And Leckler will be punting from the 2. Antoine Randall L. Coming up on the run. Buffs the ball. And a loose ball. And at midfield, we'll wait for the official call. And it's Raiders ball at midfield. So Antoine Randall L. with his team in front 31-13. All he had to do was let the ball bounce. And Tony Stewart recovered it for the Raiders.
Really, he made the right play going up to catch the football. I mean, he didn't lay out for it, just secure the catch. Instead, it got to his body first, bounced off his pads. Raiders come up with the recovery.
And it was on the run, so you can argue it both ways. You're on the run, you make the catch, or you let it bounce. You're in control of the game. In any event, the Raiders get it back. JaMarcus Russell in midfield, and down he goes back at the 40. Lorenzo Alexander, who went in for Philip Daniels, who was shaken up. And we've seen Alexander in open field, the big guy making some special teams plays, and a loss of 9.
Lorenzo Alexander is a Cal grad, undrafted coming out of college. And watch him make the rush now. They move him into the tackle position when they go to their nickel pass rush, and he gets to JaMarcus Russell.
And that's the 7th sack of the game for the Redskins. And on top of all that, the Raiders have to call timeout. They've got to feel like that guy right now. From the 41, 2nd and 19. Russell going underneath. And it's Schillens with the catch, going nowhere after that, with Fletcher defending him.
How about the malice with that tackle? How about that? That looked like, you know, we're supposed to be on the bench drinking Gatorade right now, not out here defending again.
3rd down and 14. Redskin team, a lot of confidence despite the 3-9 record, and deflected pass, incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I don't know whether the Raider fans want their team to make a big comeback or have more opportunities to boo JaMarcus Russell. This crowd really down on him, obviously, but you're trying to get your team back into the game.
Bruce Gradkowski injuring a knee, and JaMarcus Russell, those are his numbers since coming in. So it'll be 4th down and 14, down 31-13. Raiders looking to get the 1st down and keep it going. Russell slipped and sacked again. That's the 8th time the Redskins have gotten to him. And it was Andre Carter. And a loss of 2 yards, and the Redskins will take over on downs.
And they got to him with a 4-man rush. They showed more. See how they're stacking the line? Then they back out, but it's just 4 guys coming. And Andre Carter, when there's nowhere to go with the ball for JaMarcus Russell, he ends up beating Cornell Green to the quarterback.
All right, where do you draw the conclusion here? Is it Russell, or is it purely the rush?
I think it's a combination. The rush right now is getting to JaMarcus Russell in a big way, but the timing isn't there. He's not working with the first unit, and I don't think the confidence is there either.
Devin Thomas on the end around, and Asamoah, who was shaken up earlier with a quad injury, comes back in the game and makes the play, and a loss of 3.
Really well done. When you talk about complete corners, you have to add Nnamdi Asamoah to the list. I'm not just talking about that old cover corner guy. It's about a guy who can cover, who can tackle, play the zone, play man. He does it all.
2nd down and 14 for the Redskins on the Raider 47. Marcus Mason going outside. And Mason going out of bounds. Maybe short of a 1st down by a yard.
Right side of the offensive line for the Washington Redskins take a bow. Todd Yoder, the tight end turned fullback, do the same. The job they've done in the second half in the run game has really been something that you should take notice of. They've really been good.
How about the AFC, NFC games with Houston trouncing Seattle, Baltimore over Detroit. AFC getting the big edge, not so much in this game. 3rd down and 2. Mason with the first down and gets to the 29. Meanwhile, San Diego leading the Dallas Cowboys 20-10. And now the Dallas Cowboys scoring, making it 20-17. Huge game. San Diego's really the sleeper in the AFC now. We know about the Colts undefeated. Here are the Redskins offensive leaders. Ganther with 2 touchdowns. Fred Davis with 2 TDs as a receiver. 1st and 10 after 29 of Oakland. Marcus Mason. And Mason will lose a yard. Thomas Howard making the play.
Marcus Mason. Hit immediately by
The Redskins, we talked about, have games against both the Eagles, but the Giants and the Cowboys. They got the Giants next week, Dallas the following week, and they close at San Diego. So they can be spoilers in a big way.
In all facets. Because remember, San Diego's battling Denver for a division title. And how about the Giants tonight with a big one with Philadelphia?
2nd down and 10. 2 seconds left in the Cowboys-Chargers game. And here's Mason. Mason getting back to the line of scrimmage. As we have 4 minutes, clearly remembering the game. And
there's the guy for today on the defensive side of the football.
Rapco.
Yep.
1 yard on that carry.
I mean, again, so much they put on that youngster coming out. JaMarcus Russell 6 times now. He's been sacked on 17 drop back pass attempts. But Rapco coming out of college, the big debate. Do we make him a stand-up linebacker? Do we make him a down defensive end? The Redskins have done both with him.
And Rapco now with 11 sacks on the season. Mason slicing off the left side. Mason getting 5 yards on the play. We have under 3.5 minutes remaining in the game. Kirk Morrison making the tackle. We hope to give you a final on the Cowboys and the Chargers. This is a big day for Quinton Ganther. The Chargers recovering an onside kick. And 1 second left. And barring a miracle, the Cowboys will drop to 8-5. And the Eagles play the Giants. With a victory, would move into a tie for first place. Graham Gano with a 41-yard field goal try to add to the Redskin lead. And the kick is good from 41 yards out. So Gano, who kicked one earlier from 46 yards, 2 for 2 in the game, and the Redskins now lead the Raiders 34-13. As Gano kicking off. Gary Russell from inside the 5. And Gary Russell brings it out to the 25. So let's look at the NFC playoff picture this instant. Saints winning their 13th in a row. The Vikings won to go 11-2. Cowboys losing. So that puts the Giants and the Eagles in play not only for wild card, but for possible division championships.
And that goes back to the graphic we saw about the remaining schedule for the Washington Redskins and the impact they can have on their NFC Eastern brethren.
Philadelphia, by the way, is 8-4 going into the game tonight. Here's JaMarcus Russell, and his pass caught by Zach Miller with LaRon Landry on the stop. An Eagle victory would put them at 9-4 and give them the lead in the division. Here's the pass out to Zach Miller. But a Giant win creates a 3-way tie in the NFC East. And as we said, the Redskins still have games against the Giants and the Cowboys. And we're down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go in the game, and a gloomy Oakland bench. And the Raiders had high hopes after winning 2 of their last 3, but they lost Bruce Gratkowski to injury. Here's JaMarcus Russell, who's been in there in the second half, completes the pass to Zach Miller, stays on his feet and is down at the 39-yard line. Raiders out of timeouts, 5-yard pickup. The AFC picture, and we have an injury down there. Zach Miller is shaken up, the leading receiver for the Raiders.
The first hit came from London Fletcher, and I believe Rocky McIntosh cleaned up his running mate at linebacker.
So we have a minute and a half remaining in the game. It'll be 3rd down and 5. And JaMarcus Russell, who's been sacked 6 times in 19 pass drops so far. And you may have said it great. Whatever you want to prepare quarterbacks, communication problems, not getting the reps evident here. Looks rusty. Flag goes down, and this pass is caught at the 49-yard line by Johnny Lee Higgins.
Holding number 74, offense, 10-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
Cornell Green. Well, we know what the scoreboard says. Did the Oakland Raiders get any kind of break today by any calls made, either in review or officials?
It seemed like every big call went against them today. Not that that explains away 34-13, but at different times when they thought they had things going, or the certain calls, it hampered their progress and opportunity, although one was definitely self-inflicted, the call on the bench after the one.
Yeah, it's just the way it happened, and it just worked that way. Luck is the residue of design. So here is JaMarcus Russell completing to Brandon Myers into the game, rookie from Iowa, and gets it out to the 36-yard line, a 6-yard pickup. And the penalty story big. 14 penalties marked off against the Raiders for 118 yards. That is one of the headlines of this game, why Oakland stumbled. Russell's pass tipped by the Raiders and off of Brandon Myers, and Arakpo putting on the pressure once again, having a brilliant game at linebacker.
And not only that, London Fletcher has been tremendous also. Really nice effort for Greg Blosch's defense, the Washington Redskins.
Arakpo has 4 sacks, Carter 2, Dowdy 1, and Alexander 1. Spreading it around are the Redskins, getting it done on both sides of the ball without question. You'd say, well, they're playing the Oakland Raiders, but they're on the road, and the Raiders defeated Cincinnati, Philadelphia, as well as Pittsburgh on the road. And they're going to run out the clock. Today's game produced by Pete Macheska and directed by Artie Kempner. The technical producer, Marvin Kale. The technical director, John Howard. The audio mixer is Jeff Cohen. And the associate director is Fran Morrison. The broadcast associate is Yvonne Wagoner. In Los Angeles, thanks to Scott Ackerson, Bob Levy, Stephanie Medina, Janice Kazaza, Jack Simmons, and Jerry Steinberg. The senior producers of Fox Sports, Bill Brown, and the executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. Fred Davis with 2 touchdown catches, and Quinton Ganther making his first start, coming back home, scores a pair of touchdowns as well, and the Redskins win going away